August the 22nd and Tuesday, and I'm thankful to have you here spending a little time out of it with me. But it's a dry heat. This is the joke. That's a little true, certainly in other states more so than in Kentucky. But fortunately for us, it's a drier heat, and the humidity is not bearing down on us quite as bad. And the 90s are not feeling as much or as worse as they could, but they're still hot. They're still going to continue to roll right on through your Friday with a few tweaks to be made to your forecast as this very strong high pressure keeps us very hot. And a cold front comes that doesn't give us so many rain chances by Friday night into your Saturday, but certainly cools things down. Your updated 7-day in just a few moments. It's not the weather that's, of course, causing classes to be canceled into the very earliest part of the new school year, but it's a lot of respiratory illness. We've got a ways to go before flu season, but school systems like Lee County, Jenkins, they're already calling off class, Lee County, for the rest of the week. COVID and other respiratory illnesses using up NTI days just at the very start of the school year. I spoke with McGoffin County Schools Superintendent Chris Meadows a few moments ago. He said that they are monitoring their attendance, and that attendance is down about 10% from where it was at the end of last week, but they are watching it day by day. They do know that they have a number of students out sick, and as they do staff, they've had no serious staffing issues as of yet and are hoping that things will improve. And just, again, keeping a close eye on the situation on a day-to-day basis here in McGoffin County, hoping that, of course, everyone stays safe and healthy. And a big part of all that illness is not entirely related to COVID, but a lot of COVID illness out there. You may be hearing a lot of your friends and family, more so at least, being sick with COVID now than we have for quite some while, and that's because COVID infections and hospitalizations have gone up, not just in the United States, but other countries as well. Eris is the nickname of the new strain of the Omicron variant, and the World Health Organization has said that it is a variant of interest, indicating that it should be more closely watched than others because of mutations that make it more contagious or severe. It does not, at this time, however, pose more of a threat to public health than other variants, and there's no evidence of any increase in disease severity directly associated with Eris, which is good news. It is the most common and fastest growing COVID subvariant in the United States, accounting for just less than 20% of all COVID cases. As for some more numbers for you, COVID hospitalizations are up more than 40% off of where they were in the month of June, but keep in mind that is still about 85 to 90% below their worst levels at the peak in January of 2022 during the Omicron outbreak. So, washing your hands still the biggest push as an effort to try to keep everyone safe and healthy. Speaking of healthy, I came across this report. It's pages long, but just a quick summary. It was published in JAMA Pediatrics. This was a study based in Japan, but it was a large study, and there were a lot of participants, and in all there were almost 7,100 mothers and their children who were a part of this study, and they were trying to assess screen time. And I'm talking about screen time as it relates to watching TV, playing video games, playing on a tablet or a phone or any type of an electronic device, which of course is much more prevalent due to the prevalence of devices and of course the pandemic as well, we all know. And they say that they've observed that there is a correlation that kids at age 1 are seeing developmental delays in communication and problem solving at 2 and 4 years of age due to so much screen time. They say that using any of those devices is the problem, they believe, based on the study thus far, and to ensure that children engage in physical activity and obtain adequate sleep for healthy growth and well-being is very important. The World Health Organization and American Academy of Pediatrics have issued guidelines that recommend limiting screen time for children, including a limit of 1 hour per day for children 2 to 5. 0 for those, of course, under 2 years of age. However, a recent analysis reported that only a minority of children actually meet those guidelines. Most all are getting much more screen time. And in addition, a child's screen time has increased in recent years, of course, like I said, because of the number of devices, because of the ease of devices that we all know, and, of course, because of the pandemic. I'll be right back with local headlines.
Johnson Central High School stands alone, providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky, including Lexington and Louisville. Pathways ranging from the medical field to engineering, IT, welding, law, and even aviation are among our 27 different choices. Work has also started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. Every child deserves to experience the power of opportunity. Only available in Johnson County Schools.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompson's, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and conleytire.net. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. The Sayersville City Council met in regular session last night. A number of items that we will cover in tonight's report. Setting tax rates was one of the early orders of business. A second reading, which officially sets the tax rates for the city, all tax rates as they were last year with zero change. Councilwoman Pat Frazier questioned a change in the cost of mosquito spraying services for the city, which was free but is now coming at a cost of over $7,000 without factoring in any manpower to the equation. When it came to payment of the bills, Frazier questioned the $7,000 bill for mosquito spray, the chemical itself, noting that the service had been free of charge by the state by appointment for the past 8 or 10 years. The mayor informing her that the city will now be doing its own spraying.
Yeah, but we've got our own mosquito sprayer now with chemical. So we just do it when we need to.
Well, I know, but I was just thinking about cost. You still have to pay for the chemicals?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. We got enough to do 3 years right now.
Oh, okay.
Should have enough.
In other business, the mayor brought up the nuisance ordinance. This was an ordinance that was drafted by the last or previous sitting council about 2 years ago, which had never gone through a second reading and implementation, which addresses items such as dilapidated rundown structures, junk vehicles, things of that nature. In the city limits of Sayersville, there was some more discussion and a vote to table to make some more revisions before the nuisance ordinance we brought back up before council. The council, which went into executive session afterwards to discuss a long-standing dispute and potential litigation over a city street located off of East Maple.
No action was taken in that regard.
Yeah.
With regard to streets, that have been an issue since the last couple meetings, mainly between Mr. Rick Harrod and Mr. John Holbrook. It's the city's position, and I thought I made it clear the last time, but it's the city's position that those streets are still open city streets. There's nothing been found where they were closed, therefore they're open city streets, and no one has the right to block those streets. So at this point, that's the city's position. If those streets are blocked, the city can and will remove the obstruction, and we will refer any activities of the police officers to the county attorney's office for criminal violations, because that's would go through the county attorney's office and not through the city. So if you're blocking a public street, that would be a violation that has to go through the county attorney's office. So at this point, that's the city's position with regard to those streets.
That's all the coverage I'll have for now in the meeting. From there, we go on to 4-H. Our 4-Hers, some doing very well. I haven't been to the state fair in a number of years, and it's just now wrapping up for this year. Does so, I think, the end of this week. And the McGoffin County 4-H community is, well, they're celebrating an impressive showing at this year's Kentucky State Fair Horticulture Contest, which took place on the 21st, which, of course, was just yesterday. They are back, I think, and the event witnessed a remarkable performance from both senior and junior teams, showcasing the dedication and expertise of these young horticulture enthusiasts. And these are some pictures sent by our McGoffin County Extension Office agent for 4-H, still relatively new, Stephanie Back, who I spoke to, and I think on or maybe about, I guess I should say, a few other 4-H reports here over the past few months. I guess 4-H camp would have been the most recent. Anyway, the senior team, consisting of the talented members of Dalen Patrick, Bella Dunn, and Avery Preston, demonstrated their remarkable skills and determination as they secured an admirable third-place finish in the highly competitive statewide contest, which stands as a testament to their commitment to the art and science of horticulture, and their achievement has brought pride not only on themselves but also the entire community as well. They also earned individual awards as follows. Dalen earned a blue ribbon, Bella Dunn a red ribbon, and Avery Preston a white ribbon award, and certainly earned our accolades. It was a wonderful debut that turned many heads. The junior team members, Brody Chapman and Aiden Bingham, also showcased their budding horticulture talents. Their efforts were rewarded with well-deserved white ribbon awards demonstrating their potential and enthusiasm for the field. Their entry into the competition marks the beginning of what could be promising horticulture careers, and their accomplishments at such an eventful fair serve as a source of inspiration for other aspiring young horticulturists. The McGoffin County 4-H program has consistently fostered a spirit of learning, growth, and competition among its members and continues to do so and thrive today. Congratulations to all. More news right now, more birthdays on tonight's calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Remember, we love to put birthdays on the show and in the Sagersville Independent, where we love to print them. They make great keepsakes, of course. Wedding announcements, baby announcements, anniversaries, and birthdays. But don't send those to me, send those to Heather. I'll give you her email in just a few seconds. Right now, happy birthday, Jackie. Jackie Salyer-Minix from a long list of family and friends. Happy birthday, Jackie. We hope you've had a wonderful, special birthday today. Happy birthday, Jackie, again to you. I don't have the next announcement typed in, but Water Into Wide Food Pantry has sent me their dates for September, and I'll remind you those. I've still got a few days, fortunately, till September, but their regular day will be on the 6th, and then their 6th and the 20th, their senior commodity day will be on the 21st, but I've got some time to get that in there, and it will certainly do so. It gives me just a quick moment to remind you about the car show for Founders Day, sponsored by the Holiness House of Prayer in the Sagersville City Park. That will be the Saturday of Founders Day, which is not this weekend, but next, ladies and gentlemen. Do I need to remind you? They'll register at 10 and have the awards at 2. That's across from City Hall. Going on to funeral service announcements brought to you nightly, of course, by our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. They tell me that Maggie Allen, 68, of Sagersville, passed away on today's date at Painesville ARH, and that arrangements are being made at this hour by the family and will be announced later through the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
Get ready for the new school year with Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need a smartphone, a wearable, or an iPad, we have your back-to-school solution. Visit AppalachianWireless.com or a retail location for our back-to-school deals. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The Seasonal Shop, where denim's always in. Just pick a length, a shade, and a style. Where the cats are always a win. And where just in are new ladies' fashions. All the accessories, ridge and holler, caps and tees, new flavors of your favorite skinny syrups, And if blue is your color, brighten your whole home with it and all of the gorgeous home decor. And don't forget B&B, that's Bridal and Baby Registry, at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Officers say a local man charged at them before being taken into custody after fleeing them on foot, handcuffed for hundreds of feet. McGoffin County Sheriff's Department citation in front of me says that deputies had just left one call where individuals were arrested on outstanding warrants, and then had one of the deputies, Deputy Neil Watson, I believe it was, passed a vehicle turning at the entrance to the Dollar General in Royalton with that driver not wearing a seatbelt, and a traffic stop was made immediately thereafter. And right upon pulling over the vehicle, the officer saw what turned out to be this man allegedly throwing something out of the driver's or the passenger side window, including a meth pipe and other illegal drugs or paraphernalia, which were found on the ground after the officer approached. Found was a meth pipe, also some grams of methamphetamine, Suboxone pills, and an empty small plastic bag, which 44-year-old Shannon Prater had tried to throw out of the vehicle and hide from authorities. As they were placing all that in an evidence bag, he was handcuffed and then took off on foot, running some 250 feet to the back door of his trailer where he was ordered to stop, then turned around and charged at one of the officers before being taken into custody again and lodged in the Big Sandy on fleeing and evading in the first, possession of methamphetamine, first degree, tampering with physical evidence, escape in the second, criminal littering, and a significant list of traffic violations, no license, no insurance, no registration, receipt plates, and others. A little update on sports wagering. Licenses have been approved. Today, Governor Beshear announced that the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission voted to approve temporary licenses for sports wagering operators and service providers. A temporary license grants up to 1 year of operation in the state while under continued review. With the approval of those licenses, Kentucky bettors now know the retail facilities where they can place a sports wager and which mobile applications will be licensed in the state, and they also have a timeline as when they'll be able to take part in all of this. Churchill Downs, Derby City Gaming, both in Louisville, Ellis Park in Henderson, the Mint Gaming Hall, Cumberland, and as well as same facility in Williamsburg, as well as Newport Racing and Gaming, Oak Grove Gaming in Oak Grove, Newport obviously, the Red Mile in Lexington, and Turfway Park in Florence. Also Derby City Gaming coming soon to Louisville, Ellis Park we're opening another branch up in Owensboro, and Sandy's Gaming and Racing, which we focused on here on the program on a couple of occasions, coming soon to Ashland. And also, there are a number of service providers which have been approved, a total of 9, many of which you'll recognize. I'm not going through them all, but Bet365, Caesars, DraftKings, FanDuel, and the likes also as well, Now, when will all of this start? Thursday, September the 7th, you can place a bet in person at any of those licensed facilities. Thursday, September the 28th, those mobile applications will be approved and operational in the state of Kentucky. Not necessarily approving of the forecast, which has made only little changes since I saw you last. To sum it up, kind of short and not so sweet, we're still seeing red. And again, the only comfort I can give you is we're not seeing outrageous humidity levels, which would just make it that much more insulting. Tonight's low is expected to fall down to about 62 degrees with continued clear skies and a calm wind for the rest of your Tuesday. We flirted with the 90-degree mark today. Some saw very close to it. Some saw right at it or tick over it. Tomorrow, just a little more solid, I think, into the 90 or crossing the 90-degree threshold we will be. A little fog in the AM and then 90 degrees for your Wednesday. We were expecting to see 93, 92 tomorrow. It still might. That's just the most recent update. It chopped a couple of degrees off the top for tomorrow down to 90, but it's going to be hot, and don't know that you'll be able to tell a big difference. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow night and still mid-90s on your Thursday. We've seen Thursday and Friday teeter-totter between 95 to 97, and they're still there. It's going to be hot. 95 and sunny for your Thursday. 96 a little hotter on your Friday, and that will be the last of it, at least for now. Can't say for how long, but I can say that all this really strong high pressure, which has given us just this scenario, will be replaced by a cold front that rolls through Friday evening. That's not going to change the weather dramatically except for some more comfortable air because shower and storm chances are pretty minute. Let's say 10% chance after 5 or so on Friday, a 20% chance before 9, and then Saturday up to 5, we'll throw in a 10% chance of some showers and storms just to cover all the bases. And there you see what temperatures are going to do. 95 down to 85 for your Saturday, and Sunday still nice and mild. Weekend's going to be pretty. 82 and mostly sunny on your Sunday, and then we're going to be pretty consistent there on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Not a degree or two difference across the board. And only on Monday do we see our next and really only other chance of some showers and storms, and it's only about a 20% shot in the afternoon, rather short-lived and shouldn't go very far to give us much more than just some nice, again, low 80s and a lot of sunshine for another nice little run that all really starts on your Saturday and goes through at least Tuesday of next week, and then we'll be talking about, well, probably another weather trend or pattern around the corner. And that's it. Thank you for being a part of the show. See you back here tomorrow for the next one. Good night.